Hey, George here with part 2 of my series, What Aging Has Taught Me About Life and Business. So, part 2 of this and my second discovery is that life is not a sprint. Life is a marathon. And for me, that means a lot because I've run a number of marathons and I've also coached people through marathons. And a marathon is something that takes a lot of time. You know, I mean, the world record holder is like over 2 hours, but most people like me run marathons in 4, 5, 6 hours. And there are times in the race when you're feeling great. There are times in the race when you're ready to die, quit, and fall apart because it's grueling. And you have ups and downs. When you're running a sprint, it's all out, even if it's just 200 or 400 meters. It's over in a minute. 2 minutes if you're slow. A marathon, you're going to have times when you're humming, you're feeling good. Then you'll have serious dips. And there are times when you're saying, hey, I can't do this anymore, I'm going to quit. And then all of a sudden you get a second wind. You eat something, whatever it is, and boom, you're a new person. And that's kind of how business and life is. Now, when I was younger, it seemed like everything had to be a sprint. Everything had to be done yesterday. I had to make sure not to miss out on things. And my advice to my younger self is take it easy, chill. Go into a long, arduous challenge. Take it face on. Appreciate the fact that it's not going to be over with quickly. Appreciate the fact that it's going to be strong times, there's going to be weak times. And look forward to the final goal. And I recommend set some long-term, challenging but achievable goals. Go for them, and then look to that finish line. And don't look at the finish line like that's the end. It's almost like that's the first finish line. Now, I'm going to share with you one story. When I ran my first marathon in 1999 in New York City. Fabulous race if you want to do a long race, and it's changed a lot, so I don't think it's as nice as it was because it used to actually be a little more charming. But I remember crossing, being at about mile 20, 21, 23, saying, there's no way I'm ever going to do this again. Like, what was I thinking when I started training for this? And it's a lot like when you're in business, you're kind of wondering, boy, the old corporate life seems kind of shiny right now. And then, as I kept going through the miles, I hit mile 25, going to the finish line at mile 26. And I remember coming in through Central Park at the finish line going, I could do this again. And it's interesting how just in a matter of 15, 20 minutes, my perspective changed drastically because I saw that finish line. And not only was it not just the finish line, it was the beginning of my next race. And I think life and business is like that. Things are going to take longer than you think. Sometimes things are going to be harder than what you think, but perseverance really, really pays off. So stay tuned for the next part of this. It's part 3. We'll keep going.